Hey guys, Nathan at Duck River Honey, and it is just a few days after you saw that early swarm video that I posted. I'm out here at my yard making bees really mad. I was so surprised by that swarm, it made me think, okay, I better start tipping boxes here pretty quick and seeing if the rest of them are that far ahead. And well, sure enough, I found two so far that are so strong that I know that without equalizing or splitting, there's no way that I'll get them to the flow without swarming. So I've split the last two colonies in this row. Several other colonies I took, well, one other colony I took empty comb out of the super that I had on it and put that down into the brood nest and pulled brood up above the excluder. It's just worker brood, and just shook all the bees off. I didn't even look for the queen, just shook all the bees off of it. So that brood will emerge above the excluder and will still be in the hive, but it will open up some space down there in the brood nest. So hopefully that'll be enough to slow them down until the nectar flow really kicks in. Goodness, we've still got at least 2 weeks to go. And the previous two hives have been just super, super strong. I really don't want to use splitting as a swarm management strategy. It is a method that I'll use, but I don't want it to be my plan. Ooh. What is holding you? Drone brood, I'm sure, stuck to the bottom bars. Yeah. This hive is actually not as far ahead as some of the other ones are. Not too bad. And they're gentle, which is nice. So my long-term plan is really to split hives in July and August after the main honey flow, and make nukes and overwinter those nukes and then sell them early in the season where they would be worth a premium. So if I'm going to make nukes, I'd rather do it in July, August than I would in March. You got to worry about having enough drones in the air. You've got variable weather. This makes sense to me to sell overwintered nukes. So I'd like to try that. And I really want a slower bee than what I've got. My bees are building up quickly and trying to swarm early in the season and stuff like that, and I don't really want that. So I've got some Caucasians on order, some Caucasian queens. I'm going to get 10 and try them. And I'm also evaluating all of my hives. So the ones that I'm having to split this early to keep them from swarming, or the ones that do swarm, I'm not going to graft from those queen lines. This hive, that I would say is a medium-sized hive, but didn't require any feed, still has good honey stores, a lot of honey. This is more what I'm looking for at this time of year. They're gentle. They're feeding themselves very well. They're more medium-sized. So a little slower bee, I think, is what I want. I'm going to checkerboard in an empty frame there and spread that brood out a little bit. So this hive, I'm not worried about swarming, and hopefully they'll actually peak after the nectar flow starts. This is actually the swarm that I caught the other day. I need to get some feed in them, but I don't have any with me. I will peek in here and see what they're doing. Covering the frame really well. They've got a bunch of drones with them. And they've got some eggs, so the queen is in here with them somewhere. I'd like to find this queen. I'm tempted to find her and kill her because she makes mean bees. There she is. She makes mean bees. I don't like her. She swarms early and she makes mean bees. But I need her to get this hive started. And then I'll requeen probably with a Caucasian. Got to have a place to put those, so I'll let her get this hive going. So this hive is one that I checkerboarded 6 days ago. And I tipped the box and they did spread out, but they've got some queen cups under this box. You can see there. So that tells me they're probably looking to swarm, and then I open that one up and it's wet. So they're definitely going to swarm. So that means I'm going to go ahead and split them today. Ideally, I would find the queen and pull her out and then make 2 hives out of this, so I'd actually get 3 splits. There's so many bees in here, I'm not even going to look for the queen. What I'm going to do is I'm going to strip the top two brood boxes off because I've got a deep on the bottom. I'll put the honey super on top of that, and then the double screen board, and then have these 2 on top, and come back in about 5 days and see what they're doing, try to figure out where the queen's at. We'll see. They're definitely gonna try to swarm. They're just too strong. If you're going to split a hive like this, it's easier to find the queen after you do it than it is before. The reason I'm putting the honey super on the bottom is field bees will come out of this top and they're oriented to this location down here. So this is going to get stronger. So I'm going to take resources away from them, give those resources to the upper box. See how many bees they've got in here, and those, just a tremendous amount of queen cups. Just getting started. These top 2 boxes are pretty light and they've got a lot of brood and they're going to lose foragers. So I'm actually a little concerned about them starving. I'll put this fondant on here. Buy me a day until I can get back and get some feed in a few. Ooh, a lot of bees. This hive was pretty small. Looks like they're really taking off. Definitely got some drone brood going on. No queen cups yet though, so maybe we've still got a chance to slow them down. You can see how this hive is sort of off-centered. They've got their brood nest here off to one side, and that is of course the side that the sun is on, which makes sense. But that means they're not utilizing all this space, so I'll take these empty frames here and spread this brood nest apart in all 3 boxes, and hopefully that will buy me some time. That's going to be a brood frame. I try to keep 2 brood frames together. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add a super to them. Take a look at the colonies I just split. This one doesn't really know it's split yet. This one is guarding their entrance. and this one's starting their entrance. So let's see, I did 1, 2, 3 splits today. I have no idea how many hives I have right now. I need to take off my shoes and socks. Well guys, it's time. My bees are about to get ahead of me. Some of them are anyway. So I'm pulling some down, making splits, and just is what it is. I'd like a little slower bee. I'm gonna try to get to that. Some of these that are less work, that are gonna peak at the right time, that's more what I'm looking for with my overall strategy. So we'll weed through that over the next 2 or 3 years, hopefully. Guys, I appreciate you watching. I'll see you on the next one.